Hello, families. I hope that you guys have a fabulous holiday and that your Christmas brings everything that you could hope for and that you all stay healthy and safe over the holidays. So, I just wanted to take a minute to talk to you about what is in the envelope that I left with you today. So, the first thing that you're going to have in the envelope is the January Reading Comprehension Journal. This is the activity that we put in our green folder that students work on and complete every day. The other thing that you have in there is the morning worksheets that go in the red folder. Now, I have hole punched both of these activities so that you can actually put them in that binder and keep them together. All of the work that has been completed already that you have submitted to pictures of it to me and they're finished with, you can decide what you want to do with that. Feel free to take it out and save it or throw it away if you don't want to keep it. But you can go ahead and get rid of that. It is not something that I'm going to ask you to give back to me. So that is, you just need to get rid of that and go ahead and put the updated version in their folder. This goes in the red folder, okay? And this goes in the green folder. All right, so just a little bit of information about this. I know that it has crayons here, and you were given instructions that they can use the crayons to help them to locate the answers to the questions in the text. If they've been doing that and it's taken them a lot of time to do that, they don't have to do that. You don't have to do the crayons. They don't have to color the crayons. They don't have to color the picture. The purpose of this is to read the text and answer the questions. So it will take a lot less time for them to work on that if they're not coloring it. They only need to color it if you want them to have something extra to do, or if they need something to do that takes a little bit more time. But honestly, the only expectation that I have for this is that they read it and they answer the questions. So, and then as far as the ones that they have already done for October and November, again, save it if you want to. You do not have to turn it in. I have seen pictures of it. I don't need those back. So you can do with those whatever you'd like to do with them. Save them if you want to save them, or throw them away if you want to throw them away. That is completely up to you. But when we return in January, we will not be working in October and November. We will be working in January. And I'm hoping that we will stay on track together. So when we come back the very first day, we'll start number 1 in January and we'll all be working on the same one at the same time. So, and I'm going to try to do a little bit better job of making sure that we are staying on the same one, because I want to make sure that we are all moving at the correct pace that we need to move. So, I also added 3 other things in the folder, the packet that I am giving to you that I really want you to look at. The first thing is this, and this is a guide to what my expectation is for reading. Now, over here, you will see ways to take action for decoding words in text. And so if you are helping them to read their text, these are things that you can have them to do that will help them to figure out what a word might be. So we have eagle eye, which is look at the picture, use the beginning letter. Lips the fish, get your mouth ready to say the first sound. Stretchy snake, slowly stretch each letter sound together. Chunky monkey, break the word into chunks that you know. Trying lion, just try to reread the sentence. Think about what would make sense in the sentence. Skippy frog, skip the tricky word. Read to the end, go back and try it again. Flippy dolphin, flip the vowel sound, try a long vowel and try a short vowel. Careful caterpillar, carefully read all of the parts of a word. So those are all things that can help your child if they're trying to decode and to help them sound out words. Every day they should read for 10 to 20 minutes. They should go into Raz Kids. They can write a sentence about what they read about. They don't have to write a sentence about what they read about, but if they start doing that a couple times a week, it will help with their writing as well as their reading. They should, every day, they should listen to a Raz Kids book. They should read a Raz Kids book on their own. They should record themselves reading the Raz Kid book. And they should answer the comprehension questions. They only need to do it for one book in Raz Kids. And then if they did it quickly, then they can read other books, any other books that you have. The big deal about Raz Kids is that those books are on their level. They're on their instructional level, and that is going to help them move to the next level. As I hear them record books that they read, I listen to them read, I can tell whether or not those books are just right or they need to try to read harder books. I also get a notification if they're missing comprehension questions and what kinds of comprehension questions they're missing so that I can go back and add targets for those skills in some of the other programs that we work in. Daily reading fluency. There will be a January reading fluency online in the same place that the December fluency is. You will get a timer. You could use your phone. Listen to your child read the passage. They need to read it for 1 minute and then type their score in the box. Then they read it for another minute, type their score, last minute, type their score. If you need a demonstration of this, I have previously recorded videos that you have the links to earlier this month or later in November. I did record a message talking to you about how to go about doing that daily fluency practice with your child. On the back of this card, there are comprehension questions and discussion questions that you can ask about any book that your child reads. These are kinds of questions that we would ask if we were live in the classroom, but since I'm not, I need you to help with that, so if you don't mind doing that. The other two things that I have put in there have to deal with our spelling. So I know that this is something that they could do online, but I would really prefer for them to do it on this paper. I have laminated this paper. I have included a dry erase marker that has an eraser in their bag that I gave them for Christmas. And so you can have them write their spelling words across the page, write their tricky words across the page, fill the boxes, and then play the bingo game with them, call out a word, see if they can find that word. Instead of having them do it online, you can do that with them on this board. I do not need to see a picture of it. I do not need to see it at all. As long as you attempt it and they're studying their words and they're learning their words every day, that is what is important. The other component that we do online, that we've been doing online, that I think I would prefer for them to do in their actual handwriting, I'm including a laminated sheet. It actually is laminated. It's got this on the front, this on the back. This is for them to do their words. They can cover their words and they can write the word again. So this is so that you can do this with a marker and continue to do it week after week instead of trying to do it online and just typing the word in. I really want them to practice that the handwriting skill, and be able to do this with their weekly words on the actual sheet. The other activity that I'm including is a suggestion for ways to practice their spelling word. And I included this so that as you are trying to help them learn their spelling words, if they had homework, which we don't because all of their work is work that they do at home, this would give you instructions on how to practice every day. You would do this on day 1, this on day 2, this on day 3, this on day 4, and day 5 would be the spelling test. This might help you to help your child practice a little bit better and use this as a guide to help them with their letterly and spelling words. One of the things that I'm noticing during the test is that some children are still having trouble with words that we've already used previously in weeks past. And they need to always be able to, if we've already had the word as a spelling word, they should be able to remember it. They should know how to spell that word because we've already had it before. So that's what the dictation sentence is for, and that's why words that are in the dictation sentence some of them come from previously used work during the spelling tests. Also, one of the things that I've been noticing is children will write the sentence, but they're not putting a capital letter at the beginning of the dictation sentence, and they're not putting a period at the end of a dictation sentence. And I am counting off 2 percent for 2 percentage points from that activity. So when they do their spelling test, that counts as 10 items. 10 words is 10 items. In the dictation, they have 1 for each word. Okay, so each word counts as 1, and then capitalization counts as 1, and a period counts as 1. So if a sentence has 8 words in the sentence, then there's actually 10 pieces that they get scored on. They get scored on those 8 words, and then they get scored on whether or not they put a capital letter at the beginning and a period at the end. If they don't have a capital letter and they don't have a period, then that is minus 2 percentage points. So instead of having 20 out of 20 correct, they only have 18 out of 20 correct. They will not get a 100% if they do not have a capital letter and they do not have a period. I hope that gives you a little bit more clarity on how I grade their spelling test. The words that we are going to be spelling coming up are going to be a little bit harder. So in January, you're going to see that those things are going to get a little bit harder, and you will need to practice. They will need to practice a little bit more than they have been. So please make sure that you are helping them to stay on target with that. Another thing that I have noticed that I just want to talk to you for about a minute, I've noticed that some students are not logging in at all to Reading Eggs, Math Seeds, or Edmentum products. They're not doing any of them. And the skills that are in those activities are important for these virtual learners because they're not in class with me. And so we're not going over some of those skills. We're not practicing them as we do our daily routine, as they're in class. So we have targeted skills that they need for first grade in Reading Eggs and Math Seeds and Edmentum. So I need for them to do that, and you will see a change in the way that our classroom looks or the way that our slides are presented, because I will be making it very clear what they need to achieve each day. And I also am going to be making it more clear about which one of the computer programs they're going to do each day, and they will do one of those computer programs every day. Raz Kids is every single day. They need to read one book in Raz Kids and record it every single day. The second thing that they're going to need to do is they're going to work for 20 minutes on one of those products. So if it's Monday, Monday might be Math Seeds. Tuesday might be Edmentum Language. Wednesday might be Reading Eggs. Thursday might be Edmentum Math. Friday might be Letterland. But they're going to be working on specific skills in their computer activities every single day. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, please make sure to dojo me. And again, I hope that you guys have a wonderful Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I look forward to seeing you in the new year.